on.
Got it. So, yeah, see, the problem is you got multiple parts in here that could have been compromised.
Exactly.
And it's kind of like an investigative environment, sort of like a lawyer has discovery. They have to figure out what's going on. That's just a lot of effort versus, well,
Yeah.
that's just a quick fix. Unfortunately, that's the way water
Yeah.
damage can happen.
Exactly. I kept shaking it, and more coffee was coming out.
That's not good. Yeah, okay.
Until
So,
nothing else came out. And I called my son, who's kind of like a
yeah.
computer guru, and
I can
he
check.
just said,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That sounds
I
like
know.
water damage, right? Or, well,
yeah,
it's
nothing really
right.
presses nicely.
Do you
and-
care about what's on here?
No.
All right.
Everything's
so
in
there's-
Dropbox.
Yeah, good. So what I would probably recommend is just move on, take the hit.
All right.
Yeah, I'd love to just make a quick buck and tell you that it's fixable, but I don't recommend it.
Okay.
When hardware gets water damage, the other problem with these HP, I can actually show you, like I filmed myself doing the repairs,
Mhm.
but if I showed you one video of this particular model, very, very similar, I can tell you that's just the way HP puts it together. There's no proper way to repair this keyboard basically because it's glued into there. There's plastic,
Oh.
it's plastic molded into there.
So you can't even like open it up.
Yeah, I can open it up, but the proper repair is not. I mean, the way I could get the part number for this keyboard, but then there's a big plastic, there's a metal
Yeah.
chassis underneath it that's plastic riveted to the palm rest.
Okay.
It's just a mess. I'd rather you take your money, put it towards a
Right.
new machine.
All right.
And frankly, I'd tell you to get anything that's not an HP because of those
Oh.
construction techniques.
Okay.
Other brands, generally speaking, are more repairable.
Okay.
HP tends to glue things together.
I don't
and-
really need it for anything severe. I just go on, check email. And
Yeah, how much do you think you have in your Dropbox account? And
Oh, I have a lot.
yeah, okay, so that's the one reason you.
But I
might-
can do that on my phone. I can.
Okay, well, my only point is that I would want you to have enough storage.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so that's why you would spend, say, 600 versus 3
Oh,
on
okay.
a computer. So yeah, you just want to pay attention to those details when you buy a new computer.
Oh, okay. I thought Dropbox is like up there in the clouds.
It has
doesn't
that feature
matter.
that allows you to keep it in the cloud, but you also don't want to be overwhelmed if you have to download anything locally.
Okay.
That syncing feature that allows you to keep the selective sync, I think they call it.
Right.
Every brand has their cloud service, and they call that feature a separate feature. They
Right.
don't necessarily call it selective sync, but I think that's what Dropbox calls it.
Okay.
Dropbox calls it. So just think about that when buying. I mean, we don't know exactly how much storage the thing is sold with.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But your Dropbox account, by logging in, would tell you how much storage you have.
Okay. Yeah, I pay for extra.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I do too.
And then I also have a OneDrive, and I use that for
You use
work.
them both?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Another reason to pay attention to how much storage you buy on a new computer.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it may or may not have been an issue in this to begin with without even realizing it.
Right.
But just log into your accounts, find out how much storage you're using,
Okay.
and get, say, probably a 1 terabyte drive, which is going to put you in the $600 or $700
Oh,
market.
okay.
So
I just
you-
figured it didn't matter how much was on the computer
You
because
have to-
everything's up in the cloud.
You have to tell Dropbox in OneDrive that's the feature you want to use because by default it's going to dump them all onto your drive and
Oh.
potentially overwhelm the machine.
Okay.
So just pay attention to your cloud accounts
Okay.
before you spend money. Well,
Right.
if you get at least a terabyte drive, which is fairly common,
Right.
just make sure you have at least that
Okay.
because if you
So
spend
besides HP, what would you
well,
recommend? if I
just
don't
about
need-
anything else is fine.
Okay.
I mean,
Good to know. I didn't
yeah,
know that.
Lenovo, Dell.
Yeah.
Um,
I think my last one was Lenovo,
yeah,
which
but-
I still have at home. I just wanted to. It was kind of slow and it's old. It was like 10 years old. So I
Right.
just-
Well, I tell people to expect 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Mainly because one, harder parts after that point. I mean, for me to make anything worth, for me to jump into the machine, it's a moot point after 5 or 6 years.
I understand.
Yeah. And after 5 or 6 years, you also can't run the latest software, which means you eventually can't run the latest browser, which means you can't surf the web properly. So
And
that's,
this wouldn't be like under a warranty issue.
it might, well, you could send it into them, but I doubt your 1-year warranty is going to
Okay.
cover the water damage.
Yeah.
And it's fairly obvious by the way the crunchy noise sounds, just
That's
touching the
why.
keyboard.
No fooling them.
Right. So before they even open it up,
Okay.
they're going to find all sorts of excuses not to
Alright.
honor that warranty.
Well, I'll just
So,
have to get a new one.
yeah. So if you don't have data on here, there's probably not a whole lot I can do. I mean, there's things I would recommend doing to a new machine. So if you want to come back to me, what I like to do is totally reinstall Windows to eliminate the free trial software that comes with the machine, so I can tell you whatever you paid for this thing, sold for what you paid versus what you might have paid without all the stuff. You can't really buy a computer without Dropbox and the fake virus protection, or the trial virus protection, basically is what I'm saying. So what you want to do is, what I would recommend, bring it back here, I'll reinstall Windows minus all the retail software. It makes a more reliable experience.
Oh, okay.
Do all the updates.
And what do you charge for that?
$100.
Okay,
Yeah,
definitely worth it.
yeah. I charge you $150 if you had data to worry about, but you're
Yeah.
not moving any data around.
Right, okay,
So there you go.
thank you.
And if you want, you can call me when you're at Best Buy or wherever you want to go shopping.
Okay,
And I'll tell you what the numbers mean.
okay.
Rather than
great.
me giving you a bunch of numbers
Yeah.
now.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
So
thank
that-
you so
I
much
think
for
that's-
seeing me this
yeah,
morning,
no
I
problem.
appreciate it.
That's what I do.
Yeah, thanks, have a good day.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Yes.
Tater, are you sleeping?
You're so good.
He is. Thanks. And there you go.